I'm Michelle, and you're...
I'm Tucker.
And the easiest way to describe us, we're kind of just a young couple with a young family and trying to make the most of our little life, I guess. Adventures, outdoors, that's pretty much us.
We had a mutual friend like a couple weeks into our freshman year of high school, and my friend had a class with her, and I was having lunch with him one time, and we were walking down the hall, and he stopped to grab a cookie from her, and as soon as we walked away, I was just like, who was that? And I had my sights set on her from pretty much from that time forward.
We were 17. It was the real deal. Our young hearts thought, and we were in love at 17.
No, we started dating when we were 15.
Well, it's getting difficult though.
Okay.
Okay.
So did you get married pretty young too?
Yeah. We got
18.
married. Yeah, we got married our senior year. We got pregnant, and so we got married halfway into the semester of our senior year, and had our first baby boy a couple months after we graduated. It's busy at home, and it's hard to be a parent. It's trying, and it's rewarding, and it's heart-wrenching, but it's fun. It's fun at home, with or without you.
I get to be away. I have to be away, not get to be away. With school and work, and so I like coming home and having the kids there to, they're all excited. They run up and jump into my arms, and it's the best. But it's nice to get away sometimes. When Michelle has to go and do something for any amount of time, I always wonder, how does she do this every day? I love my kids, but it's tough. I don't know how she does it.
So what surprised me about love was it didn't stop once you got married and it was all perfect. The real colors kind of shined, and you had to work around with what you had, and in a good way, and sometimes in a bad way. But I learned that it's real, but you have to work for it. It's that deep bond, your best friend. It's real. You don't want to be with anyone else, but it takes work.
Finding out that love isn't really like it's portrayed in movies and TV, that it does take work. It takes a lot of work, and from both of you, it's a two-way street. Things have happened along the way, and I'm sure they'll happen in the future that kind of test that, I guess, in a way. And when you overcome those little battles, you get stronger together. And I think as long as we're in a place where we can overcome those battles together, that in 20 years we'll be closer than we are now. And I think right now, it's hard to imagine that, because I think that we're so close right now. When we got married, I think that we thought we were in love. And looking back on that now, that just seems silly, because we've come so far. And I think pornography plays a big role in that, because it completely distorts the view that you have of love. I know it's been my experience that the things that are portrayed in pornography are completely unrealistic, and it's hard to see that and recognize that and be able to recognize that. And then, especially when I was in like a really dark place, to go from that and then go to real life. And you can't just flip a switch. It's not that easy. And I think that's the most problematic thing about pornography and how it plays its role, is that it very temporarily makes you feel good or complete, or like there is love there, and then you step into real life and it's not. Then you have to work hard again, and it's not realistic.
I feel it's degrading our whole womanhood, and it's disrespectful to our womanhood. And it's sad that all these men everywhere around the world, whether they believe in God or whether they think it's right or not, they're getting their brain is getting chipped away little by little by these images, and they're just getting poisoned. And their relationships in the future are not going to be whole, and it's sad.
I think of it as like a wedge that just inserts itself maybe a little bit at a time, or initially a little bit at the beginning, and then it just drives deeper and deeper into the relationship. The more, at least that's been my experience, the more involved I was, the deeper that wedge got between us and between real life and fantasy. In pornography, it can be all about me. I feel like it's focused on me. I don't have to work very hard for it. And real love is a two-way street. It involves both of us working hard. I can't expect her to come at me with love and for me to be able to get by that way. I have to work hard to reciprocate that.
Real love is caring, and real love is in tune with each other and respectful, compared to its counterfeit. Lust is selfish, and that just is a downward spiral, really, to be absorbed in yourself.
It got to a really low point for me when Michelle found out about it. I had kept it a secret for a long time, and I felt like I was pretty good at hiding it. And one day that came crashing down, and she knew. She had known, I think, for a while, and I had denied it. She had asked me, and I said, no, no, no. And then I had just gotten to such a low point in my life where, you hear that darkness and light can't occupy the same space. And my life was so dark, and I had 2 kids at that time, and I felt like, what am I doing? I was just depressed all the time. I felt so guilty, but never really guilty enough to stop. The guilty feeling would go away. And when she confronted me, finally, I had reached the point where I came completely clean to her. And that was a very sobering experience for me. I can't even imagine what it was like for her.
It was actually a lot of relief when he came clean to me about everything, because I knew it all along, and I knew all the lies couldn't be true. It didn't make sense, and I'm not stupid, so I knew. And so I felt a lot of relief, and I felt peace, and then I got angry, and in my mind I thought, how could I love this person that wasn't being true, that wasn't being honest with me? Who is he now? What is my life now? What do I do now?
The hardest thing about it was, because even after I came clean, it's not like for me, I couldn't just stop cold turkey. It's just because I told her didn't mean that it all went away. It didn't. It's been something that I've struggled with, or had struggled with, for a long time. And to overcome those temptations, I had to really let go of myself. I had to rely on other people. And that was a really hard thing for me to do, because I think I have all the answers and that I'm always right. And in fact, when I started doing some counseling with somebody back home, and he asked me a series of questions, and when we were done, he said, you're borderline narcissistic. And I said, oh, that's great to know. That's probably why I'm struggling so much in overcoming this. But it was also very revealing. I learned a lot about myself, because then I knew that I had to let go, that I didn't have all the power.
I think healing to me has been taking time for myself and making myself whole again, and in turn I can be a happy person to be married to, and I can fully experience this love again and our life together and be in present time because that's key. You have to heal to do that. And I think we've been that way for a good while now, a little bit, and it makes me excited for maybe another baby or the
I
future.
don't know about that.
All that. The future is exciting when it has a positive outlook. When I am not thinking about, oh, what if something happens. I'm thinking, I'm planning for things now.
To me, healing is probably different from what she's experienced, because she was, well, I guess in a sense we were both victims, but in a different way, I guess. And healing for me has been in coming to know myself and coming to understand myself and my thought processes. And that was something that I needed professional help for. That wasn't something that I could do by myself. And so I'm grateful to have had that to help me overcome the experiences that I've gone through that made me a victim. And it's exciting to think about the future, because although I don't think these demons that I've had will ever really all the way be gone completely, I still fight them. But to have a tool set that I can use to fight them, and to know that I have that going forward gives me a lot of confidence. And I know that we can keep working together, and we can keep working on ourselves, and that the future is bright, and I'm excited for it. I feel like our love is strong, but incomplete. It'll never be complete as long as we're here. I feel like there will always be work to do, and we can continue to grow closer together.
Our love is a fighter, I feel like. It's one love together, and it fights, and it's gonna make it.